In today's video, we're going to compare the sound of the digital spring reverb in the Empress Reverb pedal against the real spring reverb in my Dr. Z tube amp. Hi, my name is Jeff Starr, and this is my channel, Not Bad Films. And to keep things weird, I'll be joined by my friend Adrian Locke. Adrian, say hello.
Hi everyone, how's it going?
If you know anything about this reverb pedal by Empress, you know that it's extremely popular. It's very versatile, a digital delay pedal, or digital reverb pedal, I should say.
Yeah, it covers a wide variety of sounds, and it's also really good for those who like if you like to tweak.
Yes, this is a tweaker's delight, I would say. It also has stereo in and out functions, which is really great if you're running a stereo rig, obviously.
And it's also really awesome if you're doing recording, building ambient soundscapes, stuff like that.
Yes. There's a ton of videos already on YouTube demonstrating all the different settings and sounds of this. But what we thought would be interesting would be to compare it against the spring reverb in this, against the spring reverb that's in my Z Plus, a tube amp made by Dr. Z. And I particularly really like the spring reverb in that amp.
Yes, it's really nice.
How good can this be, right? I think that spring reverb pedals, they've certainly come a long way, but it's one of those sounds that always stands out to me as like not being totally there yet. And this is probably one of the best ones. So let's see what it sounds like. This pedal's new to me. I'm borrowing it, and so I wanted to sort of do this comparison.
Yeah, in a tube amp, there's like some additional gain staging that happens when you run it through the spring. There's that drip sound.
That drip that happens when you turn up a spring reverb is hard to emulate. So we wanted to check out how the Empress stacks up against the real thing. Today's amp is the Z Plus by Dr. Z, and I'll be miking it with a Shure SM57. And for the guitar, I'll be using an Ibanez semi-hollow body. I'm going through this fuzz pedal, which is true bypass. This is a fuzz pedal that I'm designing, prototyping right now. So this is just a prototype right now. This pedal is called the Ruthie. If you want to know more about this, keep following my channel, because I'm hoping to make more of these and sell maybe a limited run of them. But this is just a prototype casing, to sort of ignore. It's not super pretty right now. Like, it'll look nicer later. Later, I will turn on this boost switch for the Dr. Z amp, and this gives you more of like a tweed style overdrive. This bypasses the tone controls on the Z Plus, but you'll hear the whole amp sort of just, gets angry.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Adrian, want to tell people how the Empress is set up?
Yeah, so right now it's running in mono. It's in the effects loop of the Dr. Z. We thought that would be the sort of most apples to apples comparison.
Yeah, we're on this blue light of the spring setting. There are some other options. There's blue is the beginning setting. There's 3 built in: the green and this red setting. But we thought the blue was probably the closest, so we're going to leave it on that for now. Although we'll hear the others as we go. I'll make sure to twiddle some knobs.
Yes. And then to keep things entertaining and to keep Jeff from rambling too much, we're going to set up a timer for 5 minutes. So he's going to have to sort of race the clock as we do this.
Yeah. Before we do that longer comparison, I'm going to play some edited clips, some samples of the sounds that we recorded of the real spring reverb and the Empress, but I will put up A and B on screen so you don't know which is which. And you can see which sound did immediately appeal to you as you go, oh, that one sounds better. That one sounds more like a spring reverb, or at least what my brain wants to say a spring reverb sounds like. Leave a comment and let us know which of those you liked more, and then if what you liked was what you thought it was.
All right, let's go. Let's do this.
let's see if we can get through this as fast as we can.
Yeah, hit start on that timer.
Oh, this is going to be tough. Okay. All right, 5 minutes on the clock. Here is the amp clean, no reverb. Here it is with the boost overdrive. And with the fuzz. Okay. Next thing, so that's just sort of setting our bass level, right? Now I'm going to do the amp clean, but I'm going to turn up the reverb on the amp at 25, 50, 75, and 100%, so you can hear what that sounds like.
Okay, so this is 25%. Hey, turn up more.
Okay, we're at 50%.
Yep, all right, go for it. All right, turn up more.
This is 75%. You good?
Yeah, just play, please.
Reverb's at max. There's a lot more hiss. You can probably hear it through the amp.
Oh my goodness, that drip. Okay, so now the amp is off. Now let's just do the Empress here.
All right, so let's see just what our settings are at. Let's turn up this the decay a bit.
Oh wow, it really just holds.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's hear. Turn up the mix. Turn the decay down now.
Like a slapback on that.
Yeah. Let's see what turn up thing 2 does.
Oh. It's really bright.
Wanted to like turn on the high, but it's already pretty down. I could drop it all the way.
You got a minute left.
All right, let's just quick do some, so let's keep these sort of like around all in the middle. Let's do some overdriven. So let's turn this Empress off. Amp reverb is like 75%. And now with the Empress.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a different sort of flavor. Oh.
Right, you're out of time.
Well, no, I'm doing it again. I'm hitting repeat. Let's see if we go over. Because I would really like to get the fuzz.
Do the fuzzing with the overdrive.
Double them? Oh, all right. Here's the Empress then, I guess. Here's the Empress. Amp reverb is like about 75%. little more reverb. You can definitely hear the gain interacts differently with the reverb on this. Let's just hear it without the fuzz for a second. And let's do just the Empress. This sounds more like an amp going into reverb, whereas the amp itself sounded more as a whole package. I don't even know how to describe that. Do you have a similar feeling?
Yeah, the Empress feels like it sits like last in the chain, and maybe because it's in the effects loop. But I mean, the reverb and the amp built in, it's not like it's really probably in a much different spot.
I think it's just the way the gain is reacting differently between the two. I'm maxing out the reverb on the amp now. Now the Empress, let's maybe really crank this up. So I add the mix, do some decay, drop some of the low. Just so you know, like one of the other green sounds. It's a lot more slappy. Listen how that changes the tone. Oh, all right. Guess we're gonna stop for time. I went over by 5 minutes, but it was interesting is that, you know, I know this pedal really well because I built it and I designed what I wanted my fuzz circuit to be. And when I turned this on, I could hear how thin this got. I'm just really curious quickly what this fuzz sounds like into the amp without the Empress and using the amp reverb. It sounds more like how I expect this pedal to sound. Okay, so just some final thoughts. If you've made it this far into the video, I really want to know, what did you like the sound of more, the Empress pedal or the built-in spring reverb in the Z Plus.
Yeah, leave a comment below. Please let us know.
Adrian, any sort of thoughts you want to sort of share at this point?
Yes.
All right, go for it.
Yeah. So getting power to the Empress is really kind of complicated, way more complicated than it should have been.
Oh, that's actually a really good call. Yeah, this pedal, it's 9-volt center negative power, but it requires 300 milliamps minimum. I thought, oh, that's no big deal. I'll just use my Voodoo Lab Pedal Power 2 Plus power supply that I use on everything. That actually doesn't work with this. And if you go to the Empress webpage, they have, or their website, I should say, they have a whole page dedicated to their pedals, and this one in particular, and how to power it and what power supplies you can use and what works and what doesn't. It sort of was tricky. And if you're wondering why it's like this janky looking gray cord to power it, is because I had to go through my whole cabinet of power supplies, like, and wall wart plugs and stuff, to find something that would actually work for this.
Yeah, and that was like, we wasted like 20 minutes just trying to get the thing to work.
Yes. If you're putting this in a board, you might want to sort of know, like, does it actually work with what you are using? Obviously, from the standpoint of versatility, I think the Empress wins, right? I mean, we just looked at the spring, but it has all these other sounds, and it's stereo in, stereo out.
Yes, I think that's really awesome. If you're building like a cool stereo rig, or you're using it as a recording tool, that'd be really great. Although, if it's a recording thing, you might be using just plugins and stuff too.
That's actually, yeah, maybe a good call out. Using this live, there's a lot of knobs here. So you got to make sure you really know what you're doing with this. I would highly recommend, if you do get this pedal, read the manual and get familiar with it, because if you want to get the most from it and you don't want to be playing a gig and going like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, I can't get my sound.
Yeah.
And finally, if you're thinking about buying this pedal, I do have an Amazon affiliate link in the description. Clicking that link doesn't cost you anything, but I do earn any tiny little commission if you do end up buying it from Amazon. And that just helps me make more videos like this. I always encourage people to check other retailers to make sure you're getting the best deal available. And I always encourage people to buy local if you can, and support an independent music store as well, because those stores are really important to have. If you liked this video, please check out other content on my channel, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the bell.
Yeah, smash that bell.
Yeah, can we not say that? I hate the way that sounds.
No, yeah.
I also have a Patreon where you can help support me directly, and I want to say thank you to all the patrons who already do so.
Yeah, I really like that part, because I'm going to try to, I'm hoping that that's how I get paid.
Yeah, you're like every video we do, you talk about wanting to get paid. And this was just supposed to be like a fun thing you were going to help me with.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. Fun because I get paid.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching, and happy practicing.